Most Substack advice is built for people who just want to grow a newsletter. This video is different. This is for you if you want to build a publication that actually generates revenue, converts subscribers into paying members, and positions you as an expert so that Substack becomes a real lead generation machine for your business. That's a different goal from just building a newsletter, and it needs a different approach. Over the past 2 years, we have helped more than 1,000 creators make that shift, build profitable publications, gain their first paid subscribers, and lay the foundation of a sustainable business that makes money beyond just Substack. Our clients like Mariella, Cindy, Mada, or David are celebrating their first paid subscribers on the platform, while they are all building their publications in their own unique ways. And I can tell you that the gap between a creator who stays stuck publishing consistently but seeing no growth and a publication that grows fast and actually makes money almost always comes down to the few same mistakes. It's not about talent, it's not about the size of your existing audience, and it's not about your niche. The creators I talked about just before are all operating in completely different niches. Mariella is a creative writing and mindfulness teacher. Mada is helping creatives get unstuck through systems and productivity advice. David runs the DIY Data Scientist publication, teaching real-world analytics so professionals can work smarter alongside AI. And Cindy runs the Resilient Career Academy, a publication helping trauma survivors build careers and lives they love. Now here's something I've noticed after working with hundreds of creators across every niche you can imagine. The ones who struggle the longest are almost never struggling because of a platform problem. They are not missing a feature. They are not behind on a trend or a setting. What they're missing is strategy, a clear picture of why someone should subscribe, what happens after they do, and where the revenue actually comes from. And here's what's interesting about that. Substack will give you a beautiful publication. It will let you publish, set up a paid tier, help you show up in people's inboxes. But it won't tell you that the paid tier will sit empty if there is no clear upgrade path. It won't tell you that publishing alone without a visibility strategy is mostly just writing into the void. And I see this pattern constantly. Creators who are talented, who have real expertise, who've been publishing for months, and who are stuck at a few hundred subscribers, wondering what they are doing wrong. And the answer usually is not the quality of their ideas or writing. It's everything around the writing. One of our newest coaching clients, Mandeep, is a perfect example of this. She's a transformational coach who spent 30 years in Fortune 500 companies before making a full career change at 51 years old. She came to us without even having her Substack publication up and running yet. And when we asked her why she decided to join our private coaching program rather than figuring it out alone first, she said something that really stuck with me. She said, "I was looking for something that was just easy and simple. I didn't want to sit there and overthink the writing and the logo and the name. Just begin, just write." And that mindset, deciding fast, starting before it's perfect, not getting stuck in the setup, this is one of the clearest predictors of success that I've seen. And the results speak for themselves. Mandeep recently shared a note announcing that she crossed 100 subscribers. Now, going from 0 to 100 is harder than most people realize. The early stages as a creator are by far the hardest of building anything. You are doing all the groundwork with none of the credibility, none of the existing audience, and no momentum. Once you have those things, growth compounds, but getting from 0 to 1 takes real commitment, and Mandeep did it fast. The people who start messy, adjust quickly, and build momentum are the ones who usually create the best results on any platform. And one of the most common questions we get is some version of, what's the fastest way to grow my subscriber count? And I understand why people ask it. The subscriber count is visible. It's the number on your profile, the number that feels like proof you are building something real. But here's what I've seen over and over again. The creators who focus on growing the number often grow slower than the ones who focus on building a real connection with a real audience. The best example of this in our entire client base right now is Raquel. She's a somatic therapist who writes about trauma, stress, and the nervous system, and she writes in French. When Raquel started taking Substack seriously at the end of last year, she didn't have a massive head start. She wasn't coming from a huge social media following. She was writing in a language that puts you in a smaller pool on the platform by default. And yet she's now at over 2,500 subscribers, and she's right on the edge of becoming a Substack bestseller with over 100 paid members. And it's not because she gamed the algorithm, it's because the people who come across her work genuinely enjoy it and want to hear from her. She does live streams. She puts photos of herself in her articles. Her notes feel personal. She is not hiding behind a logo or a brand. She's showing up as a real person, talking about things she actually cares about with real warmth and expertise. And when you do that consistently, people don't just subscribe. They stay. They tell their friends. They upgrade to paid because they trust you, not just because you ran a strong marketing promotion. And the thing I always say is you can't automate trust, but you can build it faster than you think if you are willing to let people see you. Now here's a mistake I see constantly, and it's one that quietly kills growth even when everything else is going well. Most creators hide their paid tier. They don't do it on purpose, they just don't know how to build the infrastructure that makes it easy and obvious for readers to upgrade. They have a paid tier, they've got good content behind it, but if you land on their publication as a free subscriber and you want to upgrade, you'd have to scroll through the archive, hunt for a button, and hope that you can figure out what on earth you're actually paying for. That's a massive navigation problem. And here's the thing, if people have to work to give you money, most of them just won't bother. What we teach our clients and what we do ourselves is to treat the paid tier like a product with its own dedicated page. A Become a Member page is essentially a landing page for your paid tier. It clearly explains what paid subscribers unlock, lays out the pricing, and features testimonials from existing paid members. The kind of social proof that pushes someone from being curious to actually being commitment. Two of our clients, Jordan and Susan, have both built this really well, and I want to show you real quick what that actually looks like in practice. You can see here how Jordan has laid out exactly what you are getting when you upgrade. The specific resources, the perks, the testimonials. There's no guesswork. You land on this page and within a few seconds you know whether this is right for you or not. Susan's page does the same thing from a slightly different angle. Clear breakdown of benefits, real quotes from paid subscribers, and a frictionless path to upgrade. Both pages do the selling for you. Now compare that to Substack's default subscription page, which gives you 3 to 4 bullet points and not much else. It's functional, but it's not really powerful. A dedicated Become a Member page, on the other hand, is a really powerful asset to have. Another piece of this is how you structure the content itself. We never lock a full article completely behind the paywall, for example. Instead, we give free subscribers a real taste, a solid chunk of value they can read or watch right now, even when they are just free, and then the paywall arrives at the point where they want more. When you set up your publication the right way, the revenue isn't coming from working harder, it's coming from removing friction. So if you are building on Substack right now and you don't want to waste months on trial and error, our private coaching program might be the perfect fit for you. You can learn more about it at substackcoaching.com, and the link is also in the description box below. Now I want to take a minute here and be honest with you, because this video is supposed to be a real breakdown, not just a showcase. Working with over 1,000 creators teaches you the patterns of success, but it also teaches you the patterns of failure. And the most common one is overthinking. It shows up in different forms: waiting until the publication looks perfect before publishing anything, spending 3 months on a content strategy document instead of finally writing your articles, or deciding you need more clarity on your positioning before you can talk about your paid tier. These things feel like responsible moves. They feel like you are doing the hard work, but what they actually do is protect you from the thing that would actually move the needle, which is showing up, being visible, and letting real people tell you what they think about your work. In our interview with Mandeep, she put it better than I ever could. She said, "In my previous life, I worked with CEOs of huge pharmaceutical companies, and I know what it's like when everything has to look polished. But what people are truly seeking is your authenticity." And that shift from I need to look professional to I need to be real is what unlocks real growth. The second pattern I see is people building in isolation. They watch videos, they read articles, they collect information, but they never get feedback on their specific publication, their specific niche, their specific monetization setup. And here's something I started saying a lot lately, and I really believe it. Substack is a team sport. The platform is built for collaboration, recommendations, guest posts, co-authored content, live streams with other creators. The people who treat it like a solo game, hats down, just publishing and hoping, are fighting against the grain of how the platform actually works right now. And the same is true when it comes to building your business on Substack. The fastest version of this is always working with someone who can look at your specific situation and tell you what to do next. What works for a business coach is different from what works for a somatic therapist writing in French, which is again different from what works for a former Fortune 500 executive starting over at 51. Substack strategy is not a one-size-fits-all, and the people who treat it that way stay stuck for a very long time because they don't lean into their unique advantages and strengths. Now I want to close with a real look at what this takes, because I think a lot of people come to Substack with either too much optimism or too much pessimism, and both can be expensive. Too much optimism means expecting viral growth in week 1 and quitting a month later when it hasn't happened yet. Too much pessimism means never starting at all because it feels like the space is too crowded, too established, too hard to break into. The reality is somewhere in the middle, and it's more encouraging than most people expect. We started our publication 2 years ago. We're at over 46,000 subscribers today with more than 1,600 paying members. Now that did not happen in a straight line. There were months of slow growth, there were experiments that didn't work, and there were posts we put a lot of effort into that flopped. But the compounding effect is real. The notes we published consistently generated more than 10,000 subscribers without big viral moments. The recommendation partnerships we built generated 9,000 subscribers almost on autopilot. And the creators we have worked with, Raquel, Mandeep, Jordan, Susan, and dozens of others, they are not exceptions to a rule. They are what happens when you combine the right strategy with genuine consistency and willingness to actually show up. Now that's the track record. It's not perfect and it doesn't happen overnight, but it's real and repeatable. Now, if what I have shared here resonates with you, our private coaching program might be the perfect next step for your journey. We work with creators, coaches, consultants, and experts who want to use Substack as the engine of their business. The application link is in the description box below, or you can go directly to substackcoaching.com. I'll see you there.